And now we're going to bring in the man, the legend, Charlie Strack. Bind unmute there, Charlie. I muted you when you came in.
There we
Alrighty.
go.
And
Good afternoon, Matt.
How you doing?
Good, thanks. I wanted to thank both of you guys. I'll save it for the show, but man, thank you for the opportunity, both of you.
no problem. Charlie's been on the show before. Some of you may not know. I'm not sure why you wouldn't, but you may not know that we also cover cannabis businesses. And this is not a cannabis business show, but in this case, Charlie has the Monroe Street Fair coming up on April 2nd, which coincides with Hash Bash on the Diag, but his focus is also on business. And so he has about 40 booths or so available. Many of those, of course, will be purveyors of some sort of cannabis or hemp product. But I was talking to Charlie and I said, gosh, Charlie, would you also like to, say, work with lawyers or CPAs or anybody that wants to work with the cannabis community? And he said, yes, but I'll let him explain.
Oh, very good. Thank you for the opportunity, Mike and Matt. We like to have a mix of clients. We welcome everybody to come to the festival because that's what makes the festival great, is when we have a mix of not only mix of businesses, small businesses, large businesses, cannabis businesses, auxiliary businesses, et cetera, but the nonprofits. So we like to have a number of nonprofits and help them get their word out using our platform and sharing our voices. So we got the nonprofits, we get musicians. This is all part of our culture. So we have a great opportunity to connect ancillary businesses with the cannabis audience. So any business is welcome. We've worked with lawyers and even doctors and medical facilities in the past, politicians, political causes,
Lots of different stuff. Yes. And I actually, this has not been hosted for the past 2 years because of the pandemic, but I was at the event in, I believe it was 2019. And I've never seen as many people on the Diag as I saw that day. There was as far as I could see. And then, of course, I walked through what Charlie hosts. Literally on Monroe Street, which is just south of the Diag. And it was jam-packed full of folks too. Big crowds come to this, right?
Oh yeah, there's a sea of people that come to this event year after year, and our audience just loves the event. So our sponsors end up, the love of this event ends up rubbing off on our sponsors. For surveys show that sponsors that pay for the free attendance of our fans, they're likely to show support for those sponsors. Especially, see, this is a free concert, and it's very dependent on the sponsors that support this event. Our surveys show again that our customers are likely to support the brands that support this event.
So how many exhibits or exhibitors booths did you have set up at the 2019 event?
We had about 40 booths set up. See, many brands will take up 3 or 4 booths to have a larger presentation set there. But the common booth is just your 10 by 10. And yeah, we have about 40 of them.
Yeah, the other thing that Charlie provides from the money that they generate is the restrooms and things like that, right, Charlie?
Oh yeah, all the supporting infrastructure for the Hash Bash. We're designed to complement the 50-year-old Hash Bash there and honor it and support it with all the infrastructure for the 10 to 20,000 people that come to town. The infrastructure such as the toilets, the hand washing stations, the police, fire, and EMS, the road closures. And like you mentioned, all the vending there, the concert you see, that's all supported by the sponsors. Everything from, like I said, the health, safety, and welfare of the customers or the fans, all of that supported by the sponsors.
And who are the sponsors this year?
Well, speaking in high tech industry here, we have Weed Maps, which is as high tech as you can get in our industry. And they'll be at the show. They've been a long time sponsor. This will probably be their 4th or 5th year here with us. And the show's coming along. I don't have a lot to announce today about the show as far as details. This usually comes in early March, later than many festivals. It's just the nature of our event. So look for bigger announcements in early March, just before March, maybe. I know we're coming up close against that, but we're a hand-picked show. I hand curate this selection of people involved. This year, I'm looking to keep it strictly made in Michigan, no out-of-state vendors. If I can do that, things will be great. So I'm continuing to work to handpick Michigan-made vendors, and that's the way I'd like. We're a small hometown brand from Ann Arbor, and we always have been. So we look to work with other small hometown brands from cities in Michigan. So if you're one of these hometown brands out there, please look forward to please get a hold of us. We'd love to have you along. You can reach us on our website at monroestreetfair.com, and you can find those opportunities under sponsorships and vending.
Let's sort of backtrack. I know what Weed Maps is. You know what Weed Maps is, but with this audience, I doubt they know what that is. So why don't you explain what Weed Maps is?
All right. If you're new to cannabis, or even if you're experienced with cannabis and say you want cannabis, what you do is you pull up the Weed Maps app, and it's a directory that'll guide you to your particular favorite brand, favorite cannabis dispensary, just whatever you may need with regard to weed. Weed Maps has it.
So that's as high tech as it gets right now, but and it's been legal for a couple of years. It's legal in 19 states right now. There's been a lot of noise about maybe soon that it would be descheduled, because right now it's a Schedule 1 drug with heroin and cocaine. And so there's been obviously a lot of hesitancy on the part of very big companies to come in until the federal government does something in that area. But it's a huge industry. We just had Andrew Brisboe on our show about a month ago, and the former Michigan Marijuana Regulatory Agency, now called the Cannabis Regulatory Agency. The hemp part has been moved into the cannabis part. Hemp is the non-psychedelic, element that you can make rope out over canvas or all that jazz. Anyway, so we had him on the show. We being Michigan, did almost $2 billion in adult use sales in 2021. And we're going to do, he predicts, at least around $3 billion this year. So it's a very big industry. And so, I mean, I encourage you, as Charlie says, you don't have to touch the plant to get involved and make money in this business, because cannabis businesses are businesses. They need the same business support that any other business would require. Right, Charlie?
Right. For instance, Dirk and Matt mentioned it, being from Ann Arbor, our demographics and our fans, high percentage of students, high percent of college graduates, high percentage of high income earners. So I think that might be a great opportunity for a company like Dirk's to get out there and show their more humanistic side rather than their high tech side, and connect with the audience in personal ways to maybe solicit some new talent into their organization. That might be a great venue for that.
Interesting recruiting angle. What do you think, Matthew?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a possibility. Plus, you have, as Mike was saying, all of the other businesses that the industry needs, from CPAs to financing to all of that sort of entrepreneurial ecosystem stuff, right?
Everyone's there in a growing business. Is just everybody's looking for people they can trust in this new industry. And that's a big thing, is trust. And when you can get out at events like this and meet people face to face, you can literally earn customers right there with the handshake.